All right, it's go time.
All right. Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Inspiration. I'm your host, Nick. I'm here with the homie Brent.
What's good? What's good?
And I would say tonight. I was gonna say today, but I can't even. Oh God, man, I'm excited for this. But tonight we have a very special podcast for you guys.
For sure.
And I feel like a lot of people can relate to this, especially like our age, our generation. Really, anybody really, and that's anxiety.
Yeah, bro, anxiety. So you want to start off?
Nah, bro, you can start off.
Okay, but all right. So, yeah, bro, you remember we had this conversation I think the other day, or I think I texted you. I was like, yo, like let's have a topic about like anxiety. And you said that you had just talked with one of your friends about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's crazy. And what really made me think about it was I was watching that podcast with Big Sean, and it was just kind of talking about like, all the things that just come with life, the ups and the downs, and how things may like appear one way, but internally, like I said, something else is like entirely else is going on inside. And so I was like, yo, this is, I don't know, I just feel like it wasn't really spoke on enough, like this anxiety, like, so many people deal with it, so many of us like, go through it, but don't really talk about it. We only show like certain sides of ourselves. And so, yeah, bro, I think with anxiety, it's become such a big thing. It's because like our lives are so shared now. Like I can see kind of like what you have for breakfast. I can see what you're listening to. There's so many things that of other people that I can see, and I don't really have time to focus on myself, focus on my mental health. And so I think that begins to like take a toll on you. And so with that, I think all these things become like a detriment to yourself. And so, something that most people would never guess is like with anxiety, like anytime before like I do a big project or something like that, like I always get so anxious, and like I have like such a, even with editing, like I think that's the biggest block with me for editing is anxiety, because I have like this like I think the anxiety, like the definition of anxiety is like what, over worrying, worrying, fear or something like that. And so like I have this like perfectionist type of mentality where I'm like I overanalyze and like over worry about like my work. And so it's something I'm like paralyzes me, because I'm like, if this doesn't turn out good, then like what's the result, like what's gonna happen with that. And so like I have like this like paralyzing factor, and that's really been since like the jump, to be honest. And but even before that, like before like I really came into like knowing myself, when you go into like certain environments, certain spaces, you would have like this like crazy anxiety of I don't know, man, it's just weird. Like I would just be like anxious to even like go places, just because it's like I don't know what's gonna happen, who's gonna be there, like just what's going on. And I think there's like so many things. Even like this past week, I don't even know if this necessarily correlates with anxiety, but I got my new car, and all these like other things are like on the exterior that look good, but for some weird reason, like I was just like in a funk. And so like I had like all these assignments I had to do. I had work, all this stuff that like I was supposed to do, and like I had zero motivation to do anything. The gym, like I don't really love going to the gym. Couldn't do it. Like all these things, like it was just like a slump, and like I could not find any motivation to like dig in myself and like do it. It was just like I don't know if it just was some spell over me or something, but and it's like you look like on the outside that like everything can be like going perfect, when in like reality, like that's not how reality works, bro. Like things, like we talked about right before this, like life up and down. Yeah. Bro, life is like just full of ups and downs. And so I think just sharing like your experiences, talking about anxiety, bringing light to it, is just super important, super valuable for all those that's watching and listening, and just share that with close ones, the people that you feel comfortable enough to share that with, because it's like the more we talk about it, the more you feel like less alone. And so the I guess higher your chances are of getting through it. It's because this is stuff that mental health is things like this need to be discussed and talked about, and so many of us are dealing with things that behind closed doors that like no one else will know, or that we just never share. And so yeah, bro, like that's why I just felt like it was really important like to talk about anxiety. But what's been up with you? Like, what you think about it?
Yeah, I feel like it really like stagnates your growth. You know what I mean? Even if like we're always like we're always evolving. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
for sure.
The human species is always evolving, and it really just stagnates your growth. I don't know if I think I told you this, but I told a couple people this. Like life is kind of like the stock market.
Yeah.
It has ups and downs, and it really sucks. But I don't know, for whatever reason we just don't like to talk about like what's going on in our lives. Like the bad. To our friends or family, it's like we feel like ashamed.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we look up to like our peers, whether it be your friends, family, whoever. You're just ashamed of like, man, I feel bad. I should tell someone, but how are they going to judge me? And I feel like it comes down to like you feel like people are judging you. Like we all go through stuff like every single day of our lives, so there's no judgment. At least on my end, if I had someone come up to me and be like, I had like the crappiest time, this and that, like, hey, I'm not going to judge you because odds are I've been in their shoes, what I mean? Or sure. Might be in their shoes, later on in life. But I feel like we have to like, I don't think you can like go away, but we just have to do the best to like manage it, the best of our abilities. And like what I do whenever I feel like anxious, overthinking, whatever, I like just get in my car and just ride around town and just clear my head. And like it's just me and just like whatever destination I'm going, it helps, but I don't know. Like this, like you can go so far with anxiety and just talking about it, But
I think kind of the things that we're referencing to and discussing, vulnerability is key. Like I had to watch a TED Talk a while back where a woman was talking about the power of vulnerability and just really kind of using that what is quote unquote supposed to be like a weakness, and using that as like a shield, like as a power, because then what you bring to light no longer can hunt you in the dark. And so all these things that like we're willing to discuss and talk about and be open with and be vulnerable to, that's all help. Even though we're helping these people as well as helping us as well, because we're sharing these things
out there,
so we're bringing light to these situations. And so I think just opening up, like being vulnerable to, like I said, those who you feel comfortable with, for sure. Like these are tough topics, and hard for people to kind of open up like that. But at the same time, the good that it'll do you is off the charts. And so I just feel like being vulnerable is a huge element of this maintaining that I guess that peace.
Yeah, and I feel like social media is really made it tough for people, because social media is like everybody posts the good. I'm not gonna say everybody, because there's some people who are very transparent, what they post.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's like you get with cancel culture, just all this stuff going on. It's like people are really afraid to like speak their voice and their opinions, because the wave now is like always whatever is going on. That's the wave to be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, hey, if everybody likes French toast, I like French toast. That's how it is. Like, I'm not going to be here, and be like, okay, I don't like French toast, but everybody else is saying it.
Yeah.
So it really sucks with that, because I don't know. But social media I just feel like for me, like social media really has taken over that. Like people don't really have opinions. People don't really think for themselves. They let other people think for them.
Bro, I'm in such like a weird dilemma with social media right now, because it's like, especially in our fields, like it's like almost essential. Like you have to have social media to bring your voice to the audience that you need to. But at the same time, I just really don't feel like social media is something that is like is human. Like I don't know. Obviously, it's not. It's like AI or whatever, whatever. All these algorithms and stuff. But at the same time, it's like you kind of have to at this point accept it in some way because it's like it's not going away. You know, like I was hoping and wishing that like something would happen and you know we could kind of do it like way more organically, but it doesn't seem like it's going to go away. And so it's like just trying to find this weird balance of I guess. You know the online life and the real life, you know, because so much is technology and digital these days. So I don't know, man. It's just definitely strange times for sure.
Yeah. Like I remember back in the day, like MySpace and everything. Like you used to connect with people. Now you get on Twitter. You know what I mean? Like some people's jobs are like ran through Twitter.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
Instagram and everything. It's like, God, bro, like Drake just dropped the bar. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh God, what did he say?
Oh, which song?
God, all of them was fire.
Oh yeah, all of them were heat.
But fame, fame, something about fame. It was Lemon
Oh
Pepper.
yeah. It was like these days fame is disconnected from excellence. Half the times you gotta ask blank what their profession is.
Yeah. That's so true, bro. Like that's how crazy like social media is. Like you have someone who is famous off of eating like 100 chicken wings in like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? Like it's just
or putting like Gorilla Glue in your hair.
Bro, yeah.
It's crazy, bro.
Like it's not real life, bro. Because it's like, who would do that in real life? I mean, I'm not about to eat 500 wings. Excuse me, not 500 wings. Like not even like 10. I mean, I could barely eat like 6. But I'm not putting Gorilla Glue in my hair. I mean, it's kind of nappy, as you can tell. But I'm not. It's like I don't know. I feel like you have to. It's a good balance. You really have to find like the good medium balance because, in one hand, there is good in social media. You can connect with people, talk to people, whatnot. Network, but you don't let it consume your life.
Yeah.
Because once you let it consume your life, then you're part of that social media. You're gonna have days where you cannot live.
Bro, I feel like it's consumed though. Like so many of us already, and I don't. That's the thing. Like I don't. In the perfect world, for me, honestly. You have people like Jay-Z who, obviously is super relevant, but he doesn't even like have any social media pages. Yeah. And all these celebrities, like they're at a place, a lot of them, where like their assistants and PRs and stuff run their social media. And so you can kind of disconnect from that because someone else is like on your page updating and keeping the fans, fed. But, for most people, you have to kind of do it kind of yourself until you get to that point. And so in the ideal world is like, I want to get to a place where like, I don't have to, if I could get to this place, and that's where I'm aiming for is like, where I could have an assistant to do all my social media work and like just post for me and yada, yada, yada. Like that's definitely the goal is because like, literally if I had the chance, like I would literally delete every app from my phone, never get on it. And you would only see whatever I told my assistant to post. Like other than that, I could like live in the real world, you know what I mean? And be disconnected because it's not good for your mental health. Like, if someone can, if someone watches this video and they found the key, please let me know. Because after this saying, like, I've never heard of anyone saying so far that they've found a perfect balance with social media and their mental health is off the charts because they're on social media. I haven't heard it. So if you guys have, let me know.
Yeah, like literally. But I mean, as far as social media goes, just kind of find a healthy balance, I feel like, with everybody. Because, God, you just get consumed by it. Like, I'm not going to name drop any names. That's not person.
Yeah.
But, there's one girl, like, she lived on Instagram. And I'm like, well, what do you do in real life? You know what I mean? Like, if your phone died today, if you dropped your phone, like, you might as well drop with it. Like for a better term, I mean, I can go on it, but
yeah. I think let me see how much time we got. Okay, we got about 6 minutes, 5 minutes.
6 minutes, 5 minutes.
So, what topic did you want to speak on next, or do you think that'll cover it.
Well, we can talk about. I don't know if you're really big. I know you're kind of big in books.
Yeah,
and
sure.
You got a couple books that maybe the people can read for our readers out there.
Kind of like what field are we talking about?
Well, just kind of books that you kind of recommend. Well, like a book or books that you like would recommend. Just for anybody, they just want to be like, oh, I want to have a quick read. You know what I mean?
Okay, cool. I would say read. All right, so I'll give like 3 recommendations.
Mm-hmm.
The first would be the 4 Agreements, and that's like a old historic like wisdom book, and that book really kind of sharpens your mind and actually rewires your mind into I guess gaining control or having the tools to combat all of these like negative thoughts and just how the mind is structured. It's like I still remember this one line from it where it was like just never assume, because people don't realize this, but like most of your assumptions are like always wrong. Like if like let's just say I was late, like how we spoke to the podcast way earlier, and Nate could be like, oh man, Brent, like his mic could go to worse. Oh, Brent just doesn't want to do a podcast today, or whatever. Like whatever his mind wanted to go, his mind could go to that place and then validate it for whatever reason. Yeah. And in reality, I was just taking a nap because I love my naps. I was taking a nap. Yeah, I was taking a nap, and so I forgot. You know what I mean? But that's the truth. And so there's so many different situations in life where we assume, and so that could be one. Another one financially is Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'd recommend that. Change My Mind on Business. What's another one that I read that? The Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. That book. If you're into like success stories and this kind of like psychology, that one was a great one too, because it really changed my mind on just how people are in the position that they're in. And a lot of it is luck. Like, it's not luck, but it's luck. Mm-hmm. Where it's just like, I happen to know this person, and then this person put me in a position to be at this place. And then at that place, I was able to do this, and then it elevated me to this. It's like, it's such like a weird, domino effect of like so many things of why this happened in this place. So those are 3 that I would recommend to someone. But what about you?
I have one. That I got like a couple years ago, and it really kind of changed my mindset, and kind of like really had like a focal point of like me doing this. And the book is called Mindset. I can't remember the author, you guys, to be honest, but I keep the book in my backpack. I was about to say bok. But I keep the book in my backpack whenever I'm like kind of like in a crazy space, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I just pop it open and go to have like little tabs like for each chapter, and if I can find a photo. I'll send it to Brent, and he can like probably edit it towards the end of the video, sure. And you guys can look at it and read it. I think it was like $7 on Amazon. That's the reason why I got it, because I'm like,
yeah, not bad at all.
Yeah. But like for me, like I'm not too big of a reader. Like I read a book every now and then, but like mine's is pretty much like videos and like podcasting, duh. Just like Brent and like send me the Big Sean interview, like that's kind of like what I'd be doing around the house or just like in my car, like just listening to like other people talk, because like that's where I kind of gain like I would say motivation, but like knowledge, just hearing like different people talk and learning from their experiences. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. Yeah,
bro. I think I'm transitioning more into that because I've kind of lost my drive to read, just because there was one guy that I had talked to that was like a lawyer. He was pretty young, pretty successful guy, and he was like he really started like just learning like from life. Like he was just he said he like a lot of the stuff that he started like learning as the more successful he got, he didn't have time to read. Like it was just really like things would happen in his life, and you would just soak it up and you move on. He's like, life is ultimately the best teacher. And so when he told me that, I kind of processed it, because I think I asked him, I was like, yo, like what books you were reading, yada, yada, yada. And he told me that, and it's really kind of deemed true, like recently, just because like I still, if I wanted to really make it a priority, I still would have time to read. but I haven't like had the desire to make it that big of a priority. And I just had so many events and things happen in my life where I have been able to like take from this, take from that, and just learn and apply it to my life. And so I kind of more so been like the same way that you're talking about, like just videos, podcasts, just things of that sort. As far as like learning in life, ultimately, for sure.
Yeah, but in this podcast, I would say like, you guys, it's an everyday struggle. Like, look at it like this: today has its own struggles. Don't worry about the past because the past is the past. Worry about the future because the future isn't here and it will come. And just kind of stay level-headed. You know what I mean? Don't overthink. It's easier said than done. But hey, we're all in this thing called life together, so that's why I'm here. I want to help you guys, and hopefully you guys can help me. It's a chain reaction, But you got anything else?
Did you want to end it right there or what? Because I was gonna say like that was commercial, but if you feel like we're done, we're good.
I mean, well,
I don't know what topics that you had in mind.
No, I think that's it.
So yeah, I guess like to kind of wrap it up, just be conscious of being vulnerable, like being open to be vulnerable with people. This is something I do, and it's weird because it's like my mindset and my state is a lot better because I've been meditating. Like I really had started meditating a while back, but in 2021 I made it a priority to kind of do it as much as I can, and so that and journaling it helps me think a lot better, to be honest. But at the same time, it's weird because it's like I still go through. Like I don't think there's. I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't think there's like necessarily any one thing that's gonna help you just absolutely beat it all. Because I don't think that's just what it's meant to do. But at the same time, your quality of thoughts, your quality of life, the mind state that you're in is a lot more clear, a lot more free. So try different outlets that you feel like can clear your mind. Because really, success is like habits too. And so, a few that I picked up is, journaling, going to the gym, meditating, forms of expression. So, just try to find out different ways of how to clear your mind, be at peace with yourself, be at one with yourself, and, just continue to, spread love, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace. All right.